Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. For the Lakers to be champions, they'll need talented, young, and athletic players who can support Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The suggestion is to strike a major deal with the San Antonio Spurs, involving 7 players, with the Lakers acquiring Devin Vassell and Stephon Castle, both excellent players with bright futures in the NBA. This team simply isn't good enough as it is right now, and the Lakers need to make some changes. LeBron James has a year or two of his career left, and this franchise knows they can't afford to waste them. They also need to show Luka Doncic why he should want to stay in Los Angeles. The proposed trade sends Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Maki Kleber, and Jared Vanderbilt, along with a second-round pick, to the San Antonio Spurs. The Lakers receive a talented young player in Devin Vassell and also improve their supporting players, adding Stephon Castle and Jeremy Sochan, along with a first-round pick. Austin Reeves is set for a big payday in 2026, but Robert Horry doesn't believe the Los Angeles Lakers should be the ones giving him a massive deal. On the latest episode of the Big Shot Bob podcast, Horry explained why the Lakers should sign and trade Reeves instead of locking him up long-term. If the Lakers were smart, they would do a sign and trade, Horry said. And the reason I say that is because when you have a team with 2 players who are pretty much the same, meaning Luka, Doncic, and AR, and I'm not saying they have the same skill set. They play the same position, they pretty much do the same thing. It's a wash, Horry stated. Don't get me wrong, I love AR and I think he could play, but you don't need 2 of the same players. The NBA is all about a fit. You look at all the great teams, they all have something different. There's no 2 Nikola Jokic's. There's no 2 Giannis Antetokounmpo's, no 2 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's. Even you look at what Miami did, LeBron, James, and that big 3, all 3 were different, Horry continued. Look at what the Lakers did and what that team in green did, they're all different. There have been concerns about whether Reeves and Luka Doncic can form a championship-winning backcourt. While they aren't the exact same kind of players, they do share the same weakness, which is defense. Reeves and Doncic didn't cover themselves in glory on that end of the floor when the Lakers were surprisingly eliminated in just 5 games by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the 2025 playoffs. The pairing worked in the regular season as the team went 50-32, but their defensive limitations were exposed in the postseason. The Lakers have already locked up one half of this duo long-term, having signed Doncic to a 3-year, $165 million extension this offseason. That was a no-brainer of a move as the 5-time All-Star is the franchise cornerstone now. Doncic averaged 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 1.6 steals, and 0.4 blocks per game for the Lakers in 2024-25 after arriving via trade from the Dallas Mavericks. The 26-year-old is one of the very best players in the NBA, and you'd back him to lead the team to glory provided he has the right complementary pieces around him. Horry, who three-peat with the Lakers from 2000 to 2002, doesn't believe Reeves falls into that category. The 27-year-old averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.1 steals, and 0.3 blocks per game for the Lakers in 2024-25. It was an impressive campaign and has led to Reeves' value soaring. He rejected a $90 million extension this offseason and is expected to opt out of his $14.9 million player option for 2026-27. It has been reported that Reeves will seek a deal worth over $30 million a year in 2026. If the Lakers were to give Reeves a deal in that range, they'd be committing over $80 million a year combined to him and Doncic. While this duo will be incredible offensively moving forward, you do wonder if the team would be better off having a different pairing in their backcourt. Horry is certainly of that belief. You get rid of him, Horry added. You love him, but from a business standpoint and from a winning standpoint, and if you can get something great for him, you deal him. Now, the argument against moving Reeves would be that we saw Doncic take the Mavericks to the NBA Finals in 2024 with Kyrie Irving as his backcourt partner. Irving is a much better player than Reeves, but isn't exactly a good defender himself. The Mavericks surrounded their star backcourt with terrific defensive players, and that would be the recipe for success here as well. It will be interesting to see what route the Lakers end up taking with Reeves. It is generally believed they will look to keep him, but if that backcourt pairing isn't working defensively, they might start considering their options. Luka Doncic has faith in Lakers brass despite recent shaky seasons. There may have been some level of trepidation emanating out of Los Angeles in the early parts of the summer due to a certain signing of a certain major player. Whether they would ever admit it or not, the Lakers front office waiting for Luka Doncic to sign his extension until late in the offseason had to have had them on pins and needles. There was always a slim, perhaps extremely slim, possibility that Doncic would wait for a further future time to make a decision. At the end of the day, Luka and the Lakers put pen to paper. He's officially the future of the franchise, if he wasn't officially that post-trade last season. Now, the Lakers, and more importantly, Rob Pelinka, have to build the right team around him, and according to a source close to Luka, Pelinka and company are so far taking the right steps. Las Vegas Aces vs Seattle Storm game highlights. Luka Doncic has faith in Lakers brass despite recent shaky seasons. Luka Doncic's trust in the Lakers brass is a good sign for the new season and future. Murmurings and muddled reports out of LA have claimed that the Lakers are in the business of moving off LeBron James. These reports had popped up throughout the offseason. Whether these reports have any genuine weight to them may be hearsay, but the fact that there was talk about it raised many eyebrows. From a futuristic basketball perspective, moving off LeBron so Luka could take complete control makes sense. At the same time, the case is strong that there is no superstar partner that the Lakers could pair with Luka that would be better than his current partner, LeBron. On top of that, LeBron has his no-trade clause. The feeling from his camp is that he intends to go nowhere, remaining in Los Angeles until he hangs it up. Until that happens, it's really the Lakers continuing to build around Luka and LeBron, until it's just Luka. Regardless, with Luka now permanently in place thanks to his $165 million extension, there is good news regarding his current stance with the Lakers front office. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, a source close to Luka insists the star fully trusts the Lakers' vision and plan for the future. He stresses every single day that his goal is to win a championship, the source said. He trusts the front office to do their part, and he trusts what they're building. The Luka and LeBron duo must work for LA to compete this season. Again, scanning across the NBA landscape, and considering the high level of basketball LeBron is still playing at, there is no better star teammate that would complement Luka better than the king himself. Separately, their basketball IQ and ability to dictate and control the game are unmatched. Together? A nightmare, or so it should be for opposing teams. For the Lakers to compete in the postseason and a championship, while the Lakers' supporting cast must show up and produce, it's furthermore essential that LeBron and Luka lead the way. Don't forget about Luka's physical transformation over the offseason as well. His complete body swap should only help his production and the team this season. Pelinka was able to add some key players during the summer in DeAndre Ayton, a center the Lakers desperately needed, and veteran and former Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. While the moves aren't earth-shattering, they should certainly help. So, for the trust from Luka's side to continue, it will be up to Pelinka and the Lakers management to continue building the team the right way. It likely means Lakers fans can expect a trade or two mid-season. Whatever needs to be done to get the Lakers past the first round of the playoffs, which they have not done since the 2022-23 season, should be at the forefront of any moves made from here on out. Luka Doncic reveals the one goal he wants to achieve with the Lakers in the NBA. The Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic revealed what he truly wanted to achieve with the franchise in the NBA. Luka Doncic, despite uncertainty surrounding his trade to the Los Angeles Lakers, arrived with the same mindset that makes him one of the best players in the world, a clear and singular goal. Doncic has made it clear what drives him every day: winning a championship. According to a source close to the Lakers star, he constantly reminds those around him that capturing a title is his only focus and that he trusts the front office to continue building a roster capable of achieving it. He stresses every single day that his goal is to win a championship, a source told ESPN. He trusts the front office to do their part, and he trusts what they're building. Doncic hasn't yet played a full season as a Laker, but he has made it clear where his priorities lie. After 6.5 seasons with the Mavericks, the trade left him feeling hurt and betrayed, but his focus remains unwavering. How Doncic enters the new season. Doncic enters the new season in peak condition, addressing previous criticisms about being overweight and showing a remarkable physical transformation. While his talent was never in question, his work ethic and defense were cited as reasons he struggled to reach his full potential in Dallas. Heat make stance clear on Andrew Wiggins trade speculation. The Miami Heat have no plans to trade Andrew Wiggins ahead of the 2025-26 season, despite renewed interest from the Los Angeles Lakers as training camp approaches, Clutch Point's Brett Siegel reports. After engaging in talks for Wiggins before the NBA Summer League in July, Lakers executive Rob Pelinka has since tried to reignite conversations with Riley and the Heat, Siegel wrote. At this time, Miami holds no desire to trade Wiggins. They are evaluating his production and fit before the trade deadline. The Heat's asking price for Wiggins remains high, with the Lakers reportedly unwilling to meet it, according to Siegel and Clutch Point's Anthony Irwin. Trade talks stall over assets. Irwin detailed the previous negotiations, noting that Miami's requests included a first-round pick, which the Lakers balked at. One story, and the one that I heard more directly, was that the Miami Heat were asking for Rui Hachimura, Irwin said on his podcast, The Lakers Lounge. They were asking for a first-round pick. They were asking for Gabe Vincent, whom they like, and potentially also Dalton Connect. The Lakers, I think, would be fine moving on from Dalton for Wiggins. They would obviously also be fine moving on from Gabe Vincent for Andrew Wiggins. And I also think they would probably be mostly fine moving off of Rui Hachimura for Andrew Wiggins, but they definitely did not want to include Rui and the one first-round pick that they can move this season. And so that was where again I heard directly that those talks kind of broke down. Currently, the Lakers' draft flexibility is limited, with one tradable first-round pick, 2031 or 2032, and a 2032 second-round pick. Another first-rounder becomes available next offseason. The renewed interest came on the heels of NBA insider Mark Stein's report identifying Wiggins as a target for the Lakers after Luka Doncic signed a long-term extension with Los Angeles. League sources say LA would indeed have interest in adding a two-way swingman who can raise their ceiling, Stein wrote in his The Stein Line newsletter on September 8. The sort of player who is likely to interest the Lakers? My read, if Miami were to make him available, Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins' role heightened by Harrow injury. The Heat acquired Wiggins from the Golden State Warriors last season in the Jimmy Butler trade, hoping his two-way ability would strengthen their championship aspirations. Wiggins averaged 19.0 points, 4.2 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.1 steals, and 1.0 blocks in 17 regular season games for Miami. However, his production fell sharply during the Heat's first-round playoff sweep by the Cleveland Cavaliers, dropping to 11.5 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game. Despite that, Miami values his two-way skill set and expects him to remain a cornerstone in the rotation. With starting guard Tyler Herro recovering from surgery on his left foot and expected to miss the start of the upcoming season, Wiggins' presence becomes even more crucial for the Heat's backcourt stability and championship aspirations. As Miami begins training camp with Herro out for 8 weeks, the team is balancing roster stability with developmental and contractual considerations. Wiggins is off-limits for now, and Herro's recovery timeline will shape early rotations. The Heat aim to integrate their pieces while keeping championship contention intact. J.J. Redick's most glaring problem is one he has no control over. Coaching can only take a team so far. A great coach can raise the floor of a mediocre team in the NBA. We've seen it time and again, upstart teams often find their spark through the tutelage of a great coach. Maybe said coach is an elite play designer, maybe their rotations are flawless, Maybe they connect with the players and bring the best out of their roster. Whatever the case, it's not uncommon for a team to find success thanks to coaching, until it's time to compete with the best in the league deep in the playoffs. That's usually when a lack of roster talent catches up to a team, and that's the situation JJ Redick might be facing in year 2. The Lakers roster is not mediocre, it's good. Maybe really good. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves provide one of the highest floors in the league. Solid role players in Jake LaRavia and Rui Hachimura bump the ceiling up to deep playoff contenders, and JJ Redick, with a full year of coaching under his belt, realistically gives this team WCF hopes. But as great coaches can usually pull mediocre rosters to the edge of the postseason, they can also carry good rosters to, well, usually about the conference finals. That's usually when a good roster, no matter how well coached, is outmatched by a great roster that is also well coached. Take last year's WCF, the Wolves, a good roster with a very good coach, were dispatched easily by the Thunder, a great roster with a very good coach. Chris Finch has been awesome in charge of the Wolves, and there was pretty much no chance that he could cook up anything that would give his team a chance in that series. Is the Lakers roster dynamic enough to compete? Redick might run into that same problem when the playoffs roll around. Even if he improves as a coach in year 2, which I presume he will, and the team performs as well as it can, his biggest problem might be that the Lakers simply run out of firepower against the league's elite. The center rotation, while better, still raises plenty of questions. Are DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes reliable in a playoff series? Is there enough diversity of skill on the wing, or will the combo of Rui Hachimura and Jake LaRavia feel redundant? Will LeBron, set to turn 41 this season, finally lose some steam? These questions don't have immediate answers. Nonetheless, JJ Redick has his work cut out for him in 2025-26. Even if he's at his best, the Lakers will have a ceiling they need to break through in a cramped and crowded Western Conference. Source reveals Luka Doncic's daily championship obsession creates LA Lakers urgency. Despite his Eurobasket success, Doncic's focus remains fixed on achieving his ultimate goal with the Lakers. His championship drive has become an all-consuming priority that influences every aspect of his preparation. He stresses every single day that his goal is to win a championship, a source close to Doncic told ESPN. He trusts the front office to do their part, and he trusts what they're building. This relentless championship pursuit aligns with the Lakers' organizational objectives while adding significant pressure to general manager Rob Pelinka's roster construction responsibilities. The front office must deliver competitive pieces to support Doncic's championship window. Pelinka addressed the center position by acquiring DeAndre Ayton and improved defensive capabilities with Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia additions during the summer. Rob Pelinka embraces dual superstar optionality with LeBron James' presence. LeBron James will likely remain with the franchise despite the clear transition to Doncic's team following the superstar's contract extension. Pelinka views the dual superstar setup as providing valuable strategic flexibility. In terms of team building, we've talked about the importance of having optionality, and when I use that word, it's not to say in the future. I think optionality is also in the now, Pelinka explained. Having both Luka as arguably the best player on the planet and LeBron James, who is still in the mix of being one of the great players in our game, even at his age, continues to allow us to think carefully about the value of that optionality. Pelinka underscored the unique championship possibilities created by the combination, while acknowledging the franchise's historic expectations. And we see having those two players on our team next year as an important moment, and we'll continue to try to do all we can to deliver this franchise its 18th championship, Pelinka concluded. Well, starting next month, Doncic hopes the team Pelinka built over the summer will be strong enough to relieve his stress, rather than add to it. Luka Doncic didn't enjoy a relaxing summer after last season's disappointment. Following first-round elimination and defensive concerns, the superstar underwent significant physical transformation and dominated Eurobasket 2025 with Slovenia. Luka Doncic appeared slimmer and fitter, leading Slovenia to an unexpected quarter-final appearance while topping the tournament's scoring leaderboard. He even earned Defensive Player of the Year nomination, addressing previous criticisms about his two-way play.